Good Shabbos and happy Sukkot. Can you tell me what holiday do we celebrate to remember the manna that came down from heaven? How about the well of Miriam, the water that the Jews needed in the desert for 40 years? What holiday do we celebrate for that? If you say there is no holiday, you're right. There is no holiday. Yet we have a holiday of Sukkot that celebrates what? It celebrates the fact that when the Jews left Egypt and traveled through the desert for 40 years, Hashem encircled them with clouds of glory. And for this, we have the holiday of Sukkot. As the Torah clearly says, Leman Yeda Dereseichem, in order for your generations to know that I had you in Sukkot when you left Egypt and protected you in the desert. Now, if you think about it, we can't live without food and water. But if the temperature isn't exactly perfect, we could. What did the clouds of glory achieve? One of the things they achieved is they regulated our temperature. It was never too hot, never too cold. So it was more comfortable for the Jews to travel to the desert. So we make a whole holiday remembering that, when we don't make a holiday remembering the manna. Why? Another question. If this is a holiday remembering the clouds of glory, how many clouds were there? There were 7. 6 which were north, south, east, west, up, down, plus 1 more that would capture the enemy fire or straighten the path, lower mountains, higher valleys, kill snakes and scorpions. So that's how we travel, with all these clouds around us. Yet the halacha is that a sukkah, if you could see, is kosher with 2.5 walls. You don't even need 3 or 4 walls, full walls. 2.5 walls is enough. Why? If it's remembering the clouds of glory, we should need 6 walls, or 4 walls plus a floor, plus a ceiling, and so on. Which we do have, of course, with the schach. Third question. There's a law. Star patur min sukkah. Someone who has pain is exempt from a sukkah. Practically, this means if it rains, halachically, you don't have to stay in the sukkah. Although Chabad's custom is to stay in the sukkah anyway, but you don't have to. And most other people, if it rains, they leave their sukkah. If there's bees, if it smells, and Chabad keeps this idea of, if you're in pain, you don't sit in the sukkah, with regards to the fact that we don't sleep in the sukkah. The idea is that sleeping is in the sukkah, which is so holy, has a very high mystical level in the sukkah. Therefore, we have pain from sleeping in the sukkah, so we don't sleep in the sukkah. Most other mitzvahs, we say in the contrary, lefum tzayda agra, no pain, no gain. Our reward is based on the amount of effort. I mean, Judaism is filled with self-sacrifice for Torah mitzvahs. So why is it all of a sudden here, one mitzvah, that we say, no, it's not comfortable, you don't have to do it? What's behind it? So the answer to these questions is the following. There is the relationship where Hashem cares for us. And that we see in most of the other holidays. He cares for us. He took us out of Egypt. He cares for us. He gave us the manna. He cares for us. He saved us on Purim from Haman. But caring for us could mean because he needs us. He wants us in this world, so he has to save us from Egypt, save us from Haman, because we serve a purpose. Then there is showing someone that you love them. Not only that you care for them, but you want to give them comfort. The clouds of glory were indeed about the comfort for the Jewish people. And because of that expresses love. That expresses a divine love. And so therefore we have even though we don't have a holiday for the manna or for the water, because we have other holidays that express God's care for us, and the fact that he took us out of Egypt and saved us from Chanukah and Purim and so on. But this is the holiday which is an expression of Hashem's love for us. And therefore it's the holiday of Hashem's embrace. And the Arizal says, when you embrace someone, you have 3 parts of your arm hugging that person. So you have, let's say, your first part of your right arm is to their left, and your forearm is behind their back, and then your palm is on their right side. That's when you embrace someone. That's a measure. That's a symbol of the embrace. And so therefore the sukkah is also kosher with 2 and a bit walls to express the idea of Hashem's embrace. Because sukkah is about showing Hashem's love for us. Therefore, if it's about love, it makes no sense that we should have pain in the sukkah. We stay in the sukkah because it's all about showing affection and love and care. And if it's in pain, that doesn't come through. So that answers our questions. Why not 6, 7 walls? Because I want to show the embrace. Why, if it's in pain, we leave the sukkah? Because it's about love and affection and showing that. And of course, it answers the question of why the holiday here is only for the clouds of glory, but we don't have one for the manna and for the water, because that's Hashem's care, which we have many holidays for. This is about Hashem's love. So the holiday of Sukkot is an expression of Hashem's love to us and our love for Hashem. And therefore it's a holiday of simcha, of joy. Moedim l'simcha. The Torah tells us 3 times to be joyous in a holiday in relation to Sukkot. It's filled with mitzvahs that we do with joy. It's a holiday of joy, a holiday of love. It's such a beautiful part of our Judaism. Embrace it. Be part of it. We're going to have a beautiful sushi in the sukkah here tomorrow night. Those who are able to come and join us for it. But really do take advantage of being in the presence of Hashem's embrace and feeling that love that you have, that Hashem has for you, and we reciprocate to Him. I wish you a Chag Sameach, a joyous Yom Tov, and a Yom Tov that expresses our love for Hashem and His love for us.